Whether you're a lore expert or just somewhat familiar, you've undoubtedly heard of Stygia. Former sister kingdom of Acheron and presently located north of the Black Kingdoms, rich in culture and intriguing history, Stygia is a place like no other. The best part? You might soon be able to explore it for yourself with the Empire of Stygia modded map, which we'll be looking at today. Firstly, it's important to keep in mind this custom map is indeed in pre-alpha. It is not yet finished, so if you're expecting a fully functional map like Siptar or the Exiled Lands, it's not quite here yet. What is here though is a solid foundation for a really good map in the future. For the technical details, they are on screen now. The Empire of Stygia is made by Snowhunter, Hades and Lieutenant Scaro. Snowhunter himself has previously worked on well-known mods like the Ruins of Acheron, and was also a contracted level designer, helping Funcom to develop the Wine Cellar and the Warmaker's Sanctuary in the Exiled Lands. First published on the 27th of October 2022 and coming in at just under 2GB in size, it currently holds a review score of 4 stars with 84 ratings, and as mentioned earlier, it is currently in pre-alpha testing. The Empire of Stygia is designed to be a sandbox map for players to be able to build their own towns, cities and stories within a lore-friendly interpretation of the Stygian Empire. The map is primarily designed for roleplayers, and given how popular the Savage Wilds map has become amongst the RP crowd, I could quite easily see the Empire of Stygia becoming a favourite in that community given some more time and development. So that being said, I think it's only right that we begin with the main features of the map. The first is of course the size of the map and the topography. The map is, no exaggeration, enormous. I would say that probably around 30 to 40% of the map is in a walkable state currently, where the topography of the land is comfortable enough to build and traverse on. 30 to 40% might not sound like a lot, but on this map that's a massive amount of land. When I first spawned in, I arrived on a southwestern island, of which there are many. All of these islands could quite comfortably hold settlements ranging from decent sized towns to basically mega cities, but they pale in comparison to the major landmasses available in the centre of the map. Aside from the map being enormous, it is absolutely rife with buildable area. Many of us have gotten used to building on Siptar or the Exiled Lands, where the land often slopes and juts in very strange ways to create an overall uneven surface. On this map, that issue is a thing of the past, with massive buildable areas just begging to be settled on. Of course, that is designed to encourage you to build those towns and settlements the map is designed for, and the overall design of the map so far is an architect's paradise, so I think I'll definitely be building something on this map in the future. Of course, being based on Stygia, the entire map isn't just one flat plane, there are indeed pre-existing map features. Perhaps the biggest of those features are the cities, each of which will keep in with the lore of Stygia. Currently, the only city implemented is Coshata. It's a large, glorious city with a footprint that makes Sepameru look small. Performance can be a bit rough here on high and ultra settings, as you'd probably expect, but the city design feels undeniably Stygian. The mix of foliage, opulent golds and red brick creates a really unique colour palette for the city that helps it stand out from the sprawling desert landscape it sits within. Now, currently the city doesn't really have too much inside it, though with the map being in pre-alpha, I'd take a pretty educated guess that Coshata will end up having a more fleshed out design as development progresses. Hopefully that does include allowing you to enter the palace at the heart of the city, and probably a marketplace within the city too at least. There are also docks surrounding the coast of the city along the rivers, and a few other structures on the outskirts. As the first of 5 cities the devs intend to implement, Coshata is impressive and slots into the map wonderfully. There are also some dungeons implemented into the map, namely the King's Maze dungeon located at the largest pyramid, and what appears to be a work in progress dungeon in the far north. The King's Maze dungeon is a sprawling and claustrophobic dungeon that seems like it'd be pretty difficult, and it fits very well into the map. The work in progress dungeon does seem cool too, but as I don't think it's finished yet, I don't think I can really give it a fair judgment. There are also some mini dungeons inside the smaller pyramids of Set, which seem like they're more designed as side encounters rather than large set pieces. I'm not sure if there will be more dungeons in the future, I imagine there will be, but with this being a sandbox map, I imagine there's intended to be space for players to make their own. So you might be wondering, what is the point of this map? More importantly, what is the vision for a sandbox map? Well, I contacted Snowhunter, one of the devs for this project, to get his vision for the mod in his own words, and he had this to say about the Empire of Stygia project. We've been in production since December 27th, 2021, and this alpha stage is really designed to gauge what people think about the map and if they're interested in seeing the project continue. The ultimate idea behind the mod is to capture the lore of Howard, Carpenter and other writers and allow the players a sandbox-like space to experiment with their own cities and stories. Rather than certain areas being restricted or already established like the Exiled lands, I want the Empire of Stygia to be as free and creative as possible, especially within the roleplay realm. In terms of future development, this stage of the project is really, as I mentioned just, about gaining a good idea of if there's enough interest in the project for development to continue. As a project overall, it's a massive undertaking, and ensuring that interest is there is very important. I'll say it's definitely a unique idea, as most modded maps come with a set purpose, or are designed to be somewhat entirely playable and already populated usually in some way, especially ones like Savage Wilds or the Gothic map. That being said, I do think it's an idea that can very well succeed. To wrap things up, as a modded map, do I recommend that you try out the Empire of Stygia. Obviously, it's still in early development and it's far from the final product, so I don't think it's ideal for people wanting to play regular survival PvE or PvP. However, if you're a builder or a role player, you're likely going to have a pretty good time on this map. Being a sandbox, there is tons of potential for what you can do, and the map is really designed to be used with mods like Pippi, so you can not only build a village, but also populate it with NPC vendors, quests, etc. Sandboxes are always a little hit and miss because they don't really guide you too much, it really is reliant on player made content. However, if there is a community in Conan that can handle that demand of player driven content, it is definitely the roleplay community. They are more than used to making their own content, and I think they will get good use out of this map, especially when it's a bit further along in development. There is still a long road ahead in the development of this mod, but I think the Empire of Stygia could become a fan favourite again amongst the role-playing community, especially for the more ambitious servers. If you're interested in seeing this mod develop, Snowhunter does stream the development of this server over on his Twitch, which I'll link in the description below, so you can check him out and drop a follow to check out the map as it's developed. Thanks for watching. It's been a good while since my last mod showcase, and I really wanted to explore some of the modded maps available on the Steam Workshop. As it happened on the day I chose to look, I stumbled across this mod by chance, and I'll say I'm pretty impressed and I'm very hopeful for the future. I will definitely be dropping a build on this map pretty soon. If you enjoy my content, all the links to my Twitch, Twitter, Discord, Patreon, Host Havoc affiliate page, NordVPN discount and NordPass discount are available in the description below. However, of course, you can simply just leave a like, a comment or subscribe. Any of those are very greatly appreciated. Patrons get a bunch of nice benefits, including sneak peeks of videos, your name in every video, custom made wallpapers in 1080p and 4K resolutions, full size build blueprints, Discord roles and more. That being said, a massive thanks to all of our esteemed coffee cultists on screen now for continuing to support the channel over on Patreon. Again, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon.